Left side, three-pointer that time, up by St. Cyr, no good. Comes away into the hands of Clark, drives into the basket. She tries to put it up, and it's no good. Coming away with the rebound is Cromartie. Army will bring it back the other way. Donita Adams tries to dish it off underneath. She does so, does a good job, gives it up to Cromartie, who finishes nicely for the first 2 points of the day. 2-0 Army. So Cava over to St. Cyr. Jackson down in the corner, brings it back out to Cava, right side. She'll drive the lane, kicks out to Jackson. Jackson puts up a shot, and it's a two-pointer. Just inside the arc, counted, it's good, a 2-2 ball game. Here comes Adams, other side. Drives with the layup, puts it in. Donita Adams, 5'8" guard from Gaithersburg, Maryland. She was on the 2017 All-Armed Forces team, the 2016 SISM team. Cava back out to St. Cyr, back over to Cava. She'll drive the right side, little stop and pop jumper. She cans it. 7-footer, 4-4 is the score. Allie Lehman will bring it up. Over to Alton, left side. She's tied up, back out to Lehman, kicks it all the way over that time by Jayla Harris. Three-point attempt, no good. Lehman will save it along the baseline. Kicks it down low to Adams. Adams underneath the basket. They're going to reset. Alton outside, the three-pointer, no good. Rebound Lehman, she puts it up. Right place, right time, and makes the shot, 6-4. So Cava tries to go down low, knocked away, pass deflected, turnover Air Force. Here comes Lehman back down the other side, gives it off to Harris. She misses the layup. Alton saves it, back out to Harris. She's got another shot, she misses it again. Harris 0 for 2 on that possession. Cava will bring it back the other way. All the way over to St. Cyr, far side. Inside to Clark, kicks it back out to Zaleski. And she puts up an air ball from three-point land. And Jayla Harris has it. Left wing, cuts across the middle, out to Alton, right side, goes down low. Nicely done to Cromartie. Good entry pass that time, and April Cromartie hits the soft 5-footer. 8-4. Army up. Cinnamon Cava, who played at Incarnate Word down in Texas prior to coming into the Air Force. Leading the attack, St. Cyr across the middle. Dumps it off that time to Charmaine Clark, who finishes nicely. 8-6 to score, 6 minutes remaining. First quarter of play, game number 1 today. 4 games on the schedule here on day 4 of the Armed Forces Men's and Women's Basketball Championships from Mayport, Florida. Drive along the lane by Jayla Harris. She'll lose it. Cava comes up with it. Left side over to St. Cyr. There's Clark near the center. She puts it up. No good. Rebound by Jackson. She puts it back. It's no good. And Cromartie coming away with the rebound. Cromartie other side. Here comes Lehman. Down to Donita Adams. She loves to drive the baseline. Lays it up. No good. She's fouled in the act. She will go to the line. So that foul's going to be on. Let's see who that foul was on. That's Adams to the line. Madge Ross was fouled, number 22. Donita Adams hits her free throw, and the score goes 10-6, 5:26 remaining, first quarter of play. Donita Adams did not start yesterday, but primarily just to give her a little bit of rest. But she is a talented performer out there. Also a religious affairs specialist. Across the line goes Zelensky out to St. Cyr. Hits a little baseline jumper. Counted, it's good. 10-8 is the score. 2-point lead by Army. Allie Lehman, she'll dribble left side. Kicks it out to Adams. She puts up a shot inside the arc. Lehman chases it down. That's her specialty. Over to Jayla Harris, right side. Three-point attempt. She cans it. It's good. Jayla Harris played at Tennessee Tech in the Ohio Valley Conference. Had a good conversation with her prior to the start of this game. St. Cyr over on the left side. Kicks it all the way to Zielinski across the court. Zielinski turns and spins down low to Jackson. Back out to Johnson. Johnson puts up a jumper, no good. And the ball goes out of bounds. Looked like it was off of Jayla Harris, so Air Force will inbound the ball underneath their own basket. 13-8 score, Army leading. Chelsea Johnson, left side, kicks it out to Zielinski. Back over to the corner, St. Cyr. St. Cyr is going to bring it to the top of the key. Guarded by Lehman. Little jump shot near the free throw line, no good. Rebound that time by Cromartie. Out to Harris. Harris will bring it down court. She'll drive left side. Goes across to Adams. Adams up near the basket. And she's blocked that time by Charmaine Clark. Inbound to Allie Lehman. She gets the ball screen, goes to the left side, kicks it out to Donita Adams in the left corner. Back out to Alton. She's got a three-pointer. It's up, it's in. Good shot by Taylor Alton from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. 16-8. Army out in front. Back out to Johnson. Into Clark. She'll drive, stops, pops, hits. Nicely done. 16-10. Right side now, Jayla Harris. Kicks over to the corner to Adams. Adams, nice feed that time to Cromartie. Cromartie came down the lane. Adams along the baseline. Adams saw her and give her credit for the assist. And Air Force is going to call a timeout. So timeout Air Force. 3:08 remaining in the first quarter. The score stands Army 18, Air Force 10. Take a look at leading scorers for the Army. Their leading scorer after 3 games, that's going to be Donita Adams. And as I said, she didn't even start yesterday. Last thing you want to do is put her on the free throw line. She's 13 for 14. 93% from the free throw line. And then Jayla Harris, she's already hit a three-pointer today. In the first 3 games, she was 8 for 15, 53% behind the arc. She averages 11.7 per game. And Tia Felleru for the Army, she's got a 12-point average. She also averages over 9 rebounds a game. Of course, the leading rebounder, that's April Cromartie, averages 10 rebounds per game, 9 points per contest. Those are your leaders on the Army team. Madge Ross ready to throw the ball in right out in front of us here on the side. Johnson over to St. Cyr, left side. St. Cyr tries to go down low. Pass is deflected. Alton comes up with it. Gives it to D'Oliveira. Gives it off to Lehman. Lehman's going to drive the right side. Back out to D'Oliveira. Fakes the three-pointer. Drives along the lane. Throws up a runner. No good. Tracked down by Adams. Adams along the baseline. Kicks it back out to Alton. Down the center to D'Oliveira. D'Oliveira puts it up. No whistle. Shot was no good. Loose ball on the floor. Lehman comes up with it. Out to Harris. Three-pointer. It's good. Jayla Harris. Second three-pointer of this ball game. And Jayla Harris has 10 three-pointers so far in 4 games. And this game is just getting started. This is the 4th game. Johnson down low pass to Jackson. It's no good on the shot attempt. And foul on the play. That time it's going to be called against D'Oliveira. So Santia Jackson goes to the line. She is a 54% free throw shooter, 7 for 13 for the year. I say for the year, but those stats reflect the first 3 games in the 2019 Armed Forces Women's Basketball Championship. Second shot misses. Rebound, Alton. Right side. Over to Harris. Guarded by Johnson. Gets it down low to D'Oliveira. Back out to Adams. Just inside the arc. She puts it up. Good for two. 23-11 the score. Johnson's got it left side. Comes over to the right side now to Ross. Ross is going to dribble back. Back over to Chelsea Johnson. Down to Sands in the corner. Sands going to put up a soft jumper along the baseline. Whistle on the play. Foul is going to be on D'Oliveira, Kiana D'Oliveira. Going to send Courtney Sands to the line. Sands misses her first shot. And Sands, this tournament now, is 1 for 3 from the line. She only averages about 15 minutes of playing time per game, but Courtney Sands has a stellar background and hits her second shot. She was a student athlete of the year at Coastal Georgia, plus all-conference team member at Thomas University. Down low, there's Adams, puts up the soft layup. Doesn't go. Back out to Alton. Scramble for the loose ball. Lehman and Sands go after it. It goes off of Lehman's hands. And so it's going to be Air Force ball. Coming into the game right now. That's going to be Radiance Felton. Gives Allie Lehman a break. So down the court comes Johnson, knocked out of bounds by Donita Adams. You got the Army team over in the stands. Army men watching the Army women on the floor right now. Right side over to Stephanie Isaacs. Low to Clark, little spinner in the lane, puts it up, no good, and a whistle on the play. That foul's going to be against Radiance Felton. 24. Called for the foul. To the line, missing the first shot. That's Charmaine Clark. Clark coming into this game 15 for 18 from the free throw line. She hits the second shot. So make it 16 for 20 so far in this tournament. Right side, Jayla Harris. Kicks it all the way to Felton, left side. Puts up the three-pointer, no good. Off the back of the rim. Tracked down by Stephanie Isaacs as it goes out of bounds. It'll be Air Force ball. Chelsea Johnson will bring it up the floor. Over to Sands, left side, back out to Johnson. She'll drive the right side, kicks it out to Isaacs. Three-point shot, it's up. Misses everything off to the left side, but Sands is there to take the air ball. So they will bring it back out. Down low to Tatum, kicks it back out this time. Right corner, air ball by Johnson. And there's Taylor Alton to take control. Whistle on the play. Foul going to go against Stephanie Isaacs. Isaacs giving up a little bit of a height advantage to Alton. Here comes Jayla Harris for the Army, straight down the floor. Looks at Felton underneath. Felton puts it up. It's no good. Whistle on the play. And she's fouled during the act. And that's going to be against Hannah Tatum. Third team foul. As Felton sinks the first shot. 24 to 13, 18 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Second shot, good as well. 25-13. Johnson down the floor, over to the right side now to Isaacs. Dribbles left, puts up the three-pointer. It's on the way, no good. Backside of the rim, trying to stave it from going out of bounds, was Courtney Sons. Was unable to do so, so it'll be Army ball coming back the other way. 4.3 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Felton will bring it up the left side. Gets the shot off, it's no good as the first quarter comes to an end. And Army takes a 25-13 lead after 1 quarter of play here over the Air Force in game 1 of today's action in the 2019 Armed Forces Men and Women's Basketball Championships. Was talking about Danita Adams. Danita Adams, an interesting background for the Army. She was 2017 All-Armed Forces team, played on the 2016 SISM team. Actually went to school at Glenville State and was the second leading scorer in Division II. While at Glenville State, calls home Gaithersburg, Maryland, went to Damascus High School, and she is a religious affairs specialist with the Maryland Army National Guard. She's playing in her 4th Armed Forces Basketball Championships. And she's been in the military for 4 years. That's the background on Danita Adams. And clearly one of the leaders on this floor for the Army. Averaging 14.3 points per game. So Army shooting in the first quarter 43% from the floor. While Air Force is shooting 31% from the floor. Second chance points, Army's got 5. No second chance points for the Air Force. Down underneath, laying it up nicely is Tia Falarou. We talked about her. She's in this contest now. Makes good on her first opportunity from the floor. Kick out to the left side. Over to Tatum. Out of bounds off Army. Air Force inbounds it. Into Clark, down low, in the paint. Spin jumper, puts it up, no good. Rebound Felton. She kicks it back the other way, over to Adams. Nice pass by Felton. What a beautiful pass. Bounce pass, almost the length of the court. 29-13. 16-point advantage right now. Right side by Johnson. She'll dribble right. Looks inside to Clark. Soft 7-footer. Bounces around the rim. Drops through. 29-15. Adams with the ball between the circles. Straight down the lane. Little left-hander up off the glass. No good. And a tie-up on the loose ball. Oh, that's going to be a foul. That's going to be a foul on the play. Not sure who that foul was on. And out of the game comes Taylor Alton. Foul was on number 20, I think. That's Chelsea Johnson. Army inbounds the ball down low. Put up that time by Falarou. No good. Cava comes off with the rebound. She's going to go coast to coast, runs the floor. She'll lose it. Taken back the other way this time. That's Kiera White into the game for Army. Who got the loose ball down at the far end, took it the distance. Goes off Air Force player, out of bounds. Army will inbound. Comes into Adams, right side. Kicks it back out. 3-point shot, it's up, it's good by Kiera White. Kiera White, who played at Fresno Pacific University for 4 years. Takes her talent and experience and cans it for 3. 32-15 is the score. Cava Jumper near the free throw line. No good. Rebound, Falaru. Outside, kicks it out this time. To Anderson, Aquisha Anderson, right side, kicks it over to Adams. Adams tries to go low. Down low to Felton. Felton will bring it back out. Over to Anderson. She puts up a three-pointer. No good. Fighting for the rebound and getting it is Tatum. Air Force will bring it back the other way. Passing to Clark along the lane. She'll drive left side. Attempts the layup and is fouled in the process. So it'll be a two-shot foul. The foul's going to be on 20. Indicated it was 21 and said it was indicated it was 20 and said it was 21. A little confusion over here, but we get it straight at the table. And second shot by Clark, it's good. 32-17 is the score, 7:25 remaining in the second quarter. And scramble on the floor, loose ball. Army turns it over. Coming back down the other way is Keva. Zielinski back out to Kava. Three-pointer, it's up, it's good. 32-20, lead cut to 12. Army out in front of the Air Force. Jayla Harris back across the timeline. Gives it up to Felton. She'll go left side. Stops, kicks it over to the corner. Kiera White puts up a three-pointer, no good. Cavo with the rebound. Over to Johnson, she'll dribble to the right. Johnson looks down low. Into Jackson, she'll drive baseline. Santia Jackson, a four-year player at Georgetown University, Ahoya. Shot attempt, Army side, no good. Second time, no good. And coming with the rebound is Johnson. She'll look down court, gives it off to Cava. Cava dishes over to Zielinski, and Zielinski's fouled in the act. So Army had three for a quarter, couldn't buy one down the far end. They came back the other way, and Zielinski gets fouled. On the fast break, she'll step up to the free throw line. Takes her first one. It's good. She's now 3 for 5. Excuse me, she's now 5 for 11 from the charity stripe. In this tournament. And she misses the next shot. Jayla Harris, right side. You can tell she just would love to have that three-point shot if she can get it. Kicks it back out to Felton. Felton will take the three-point shot, and Felton will make the three-pointer. 35-21, 6 minutes remaining. First half. Army out in front. 20 minutes to follow after this. It's going to be Army Air Force again with the men. And you got turnover, Air Force. Call for walking. Lehman back into the game. Gives it off, turns it into Harris. She goes down court to Felton, and Felton just couldn't put a handle on it. Goes out of bounds on the far side, so it's going to be Air Force basketball. Turnover, Army. And now the game comes Falaru. Falaru from Ozark, Alabama. She's a refueler stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia. Here comes Chelsea Johnson now. She calls home Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Went to Three Rivers Community College in Poplar Bluff. And she also went to Georgetown College. So talking to Chelsea Johnson and talking to Santia Jackson, both of them together prior to this game, I said, one of you went to Georgetown University, and then Chelsea, you went to Georgetown College. I happen to know where they both are, as a matter of fact. Georgetown College in Kentucky, of course, and Georgetown University, Washington, D.C.
Stack one, stack one.
Army will inbound the ball after it goes out. Off an Air Force player. Lehman at the top of the key. She's going to try to set things up. No, she finds a little opening, drives the left side, puts up a soft layup, no good. Big fight with the rebound. That time coming away with it was Shamicia Smith. She tried to put it back, no good. Air Force comes up with it. Cava runs the opposite direction. Tries to put a layup up, no good. And here comes Harris. Harris, the bounce pass straight ahead to Lehman. Beautiful finish, beautiful pass by Harris. You saw a pass like that by Danita Adams earlier. That time you saw one by Jayla Harris. But those are two top-level passes. Into Zaleski. Knocked away. Turnover Air Force. Lehman the other way. Passes off to Felton. And Felton lays it up and puts it in. Left side. She's fouled in the act. So that foul's going to be on Chelsea Johnson. Chelsea Johnson is picked up, I think that's her second foul. And shots up and it's good, 40-21, 19-point lead by Army, 4:25 remaining in the second quarter. Cava left side. Down in the corner right now to Tatum. Tatum will try to kick it back out. And it goes off of Jayla Harris, far side. So it'll be Air Force ball. Tatum gets it into Cava. We talked about Cinnamon Cava, the 5'6" guard out of Houston, Texas. Stationed at Travis Air Force Base. Gives it up to Courtney Sands. Cava, three-pointer, it's up, left side, it's good. And that was as the shot clock time expired. As Army tried to bring it in, they turned it over quickly. It goes out of bounds. Zaleski puts up a shot, takes the inbound pass. Rebound Jackson, she tries to put it back, no good. And hustling after it that time is White. Gets it down court. Collision on the court, by the way. Down goes Zielinski. And down goes White. But it's Zielinski from the Air Force who reaches out a hand and helps White get back to her feet. So Zielinski called for the foul on that play. Army inbounds, gives it to Lehman. Lehman will drive the right side.
Let's go.
Passes over the left corner to Felton. Felton puts up a three-pointer, no good. A rebound by Shantia Jackson and a foul on the play. That foul is going to be on Shamicia Smith. It's going to be the first foul of the day for Shamicia Smith. D'Oliveira's got a couple of fouls. And Chelsea Johnson of the Air Force has a couple of fouls. Air Force ball, St. Cyr, right side. She's going to dribble right inside the arc. Wants to go down low, but nice defense by Army. Back out to Cava. Cava's going to drive the lane right side. Nice little pass. She found Tatum underneath, and Tatum finished nicely. Excuse me, Jackson. That was Jackson who finished. Lehman fighting for the ball. Sands fighting for the ball. Goes over to Harris. Harris tries to kick it out. Pass stolen that time by Clark. But they said that Harris stepped out of bounds. So turnover Army. Jackson will bring it back in. Left side to St. Cyr. St. Cyr trying to direct traffic. She'll come on top of the key. Kicks it over to Cava. Right wing. Wing shot into Clark. Pass off that time to Jackson. Jackson finishes nicely. Air Force worked the ball around nicely that time. Found it down low and got it into Jackson. She was able to finish. Felton, right side. She'll drive. Little left-handed layup. 40-28, and actually, I think they're calling a tie-up, calling a jump ball on that. The shot actually went in, but the whistle blew before the shot, so it's possession arrow, Army. Felton double team. She breaks the double team, kicks it out the corner. Donita Adams, three-point shot. It's up, no good. Lehman tracks it down. There's a three-pointer by Jayla Harris. Jayla Harris, 3 for 5 today behind the arc. Turnover, Air Force. 3-on-1. Pass by Lehman that time off to White. She finishes it 45-28, 1:41 remaining. Right side over to Sanz, who tries to get to Jackson down low, but he goes off of an Army leg. Sanz will try to inbound it. Inbounds it to Sunita Jackson. Jackson kicks it out to St. Cyr. She tries to go down to Clark. No good. Knocked away. Coming up with it that time is Smith. Gives it to Harris. Harris will bring it down the floor. She'll spin in the lane, lose her balance a little bit. Fires down low to Smith. Smith tries to put it up. Short 4-footer. And she's fouled in the act. So that foul is going to be against Sunita Jackson. She's got her first personal foul. 10 points on the day for Charmaine Clark for the Air Force. To the line right now. That is Shamicia Smith for the Army. She scores her first point. 9 points on the day by Jayla Harris. She's got 3 3-pointers. Second shot was good. Air Force will bring it down. St. Cyr, left side. Back over to Cava. Cava will drive. Cava will lay it up off the glass in the hoop. It's good. 47-30. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Right side. 3-point attempt that time by Harris. No good. Clark will bring it back down the other way. Over to Cava. Cava's going to find the corner. Out in the corner, that's St. Cyr. She puts up the 3-point shot. It's good. Make that 2, just inside the arc. And 47-33 is the score. 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Jayla Harris with the ball, guarded by Cava on the right side. Shot clock, game clock, second off. Left side to White, she'll drive to the right. Kicks it back out to Harris. 3-point shot by Harris, rattles around, no good. And Harris smiles. And couldn't tell whether there was a putback at the end of that or not. Harris's shot was errant. All I can tell you is the 3 officials are conferring on that one. I don't know.
Was there a putback? Who made the bucket?
Trying to get a line on it. You got 3 seconds left on the clock. So give Donita Adams credit for the shot after the Harris 3-pointer attempt.
How much time is left? 3.
Hit iron came out. Donita Adams got it back, put it back in.
Yes, we did.
The clock continued to wind down, so as officials take control of this, they put 3 seconds back on the game clock.
No, it's 40. It should be 49. Is that 2 points? It's a home.
They have yet to add the 2 points to the scoreboard.
Timeout.
And Army coach with 0.3 seconds, not 3 point, but 0.3 seconds on the clock. Army coach will take a timeout. He's got one to burn. He's also got a 49-32 lead at this point. Part of that perhaps is to allow the officials just to kind of resettle this thing just a little bit in terms of Adams' last score to make it 49-42 off of the rebound and the very, very quick putback that time by Danita Adams to score 2 with 0.3 seconds left on the clock. So commend the officials for taking the time to get it straight. A lot of action, a lot of activity in the final 2 seconds. And when you see a lot of things happen, sometimes you got to get a little conference out on the floor away from the players and say, what did you see? What did you see? And then you get it right. Bottom line, you get it right before you continue going forward. That's what they did. So hats off to our officials today. And 0.3 seconds. Air Force can't do anything about it. They inbound the ball as time expires, and they'll head to the locker room. As they do so, your score at the half in the women's game between Army and Air Force, Army 49, Air Force 32. Your halftime score today, Army 49, Air Force 32. Taking a look at the numbers for the Army. Balanced scoring today in the first half for the Army. Danita Adams, 10 points for Adams. She's got 2 rebounds. 9 points on the day by Jayla Harris. Jayla Harris, 3 for 7 behind the arc. Those are your leaders. For the United States Army, for the Air Force, leading the way, Charmaine Clark. 10 points on the day for Clark, 4 for 4 from the line. 10 points on the day also by Cinnamon Kava. Those are your leaders by the Air Force. Once again, your halftime score, Army 49, Air Force 32. You take a look at the team numbers. Air Force shooting 43% from the floor, Army shooting 41%. In terms of three-point shots, the Army's come alive. Jayla Harris has 3 as a team. Army 6 for 15 behind the arc. That's 40%. And then when it comes to free throws, Army 7 for 7 at the line. Turnovers fairly even. 9 turnovers for Air Force, 8 turnovers for Army. Big difference on second chance points, though. And that's really the difference in this game, along with points in the paint. 13-0. 13 points for the Army, second chance. No points for the Air Force in second chance. And 22 points in the paint in the first half by Army. 6 points in the paint by Air Force. Bench points, 17 by Army, none for the Air Force. So those are your difference makers in the first half. Once again, your halftime score, Army 49, Air Force 32. We're going to step aside. We're back in about 7 minutes from now with the start of the second half between Army and Air Force. You're listening, watching, I should say, the 2019 Armed Forces Women's Basketball Championships. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Naval Station Mayport as we get set for the start of the second half of today's game between the Air Force and the Army. Army taking a commanding 49-13 lead into the locker room at the half. They led 25-13 after the first quarter. They have controlled the paint. They have controlled the second chance points. And they have scored off of turnovers as well. So difference in the game as the second half gets underway. Cava out front, over to St. Cyr, right corner. She'll drive across the lane, gives off to Clark. Back out to Cava. She likes to shoot the three-pointer, so does Zielinski from the left corner. It's up, it's good. Counted for three. Jayla Harris dishes it back out to Cromartie. Cromartie gives it up to Alton. Alton over to Lehman. Lehman hits the jumper from the free throw line. And Mike Myers says it's awesome. The way they worked it around that time was superb. It actually was. As they take a 51-35 lead. St. Cyr, right side, Air Force. She'll dribble left, come across the lane, gives it off to Cava. Cava will drive, dumps it down low. And that is Jackson who scores. Long pass down the floor. Army will turn it over. Well, actually, it will go off the hands, I should say, of Air Force. That was Clark who knocked it out of bounds. And so Jayla Harris will bring it in. Out to Allie Lehman, top of the key. Lehman from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. She played at Northern Illinois University. Had quite a high school career, did Allie Lehman. Scored 1,922 points. Left side over to Alton, moving it around nice. Harris, three-point attempt. It is good, counted. And Jayla Harris has her fourth three-pointer in this ball game. And she has her 12th three-pointer in this tournament. Two shots underneath. That was Santia Jackson getting her own rebound, trying to go back up. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Air Force ball underneath the basket. Campbell will bring it in. St. Cyr dishes off to Zielinski. She'll put up a little runner, no good. And it goes off the hands. That time of Santia Jackson. So it'll be Army ball. Quick turnaround that time. So they're going to put 28 back on the shot clock. 8 minutes to play. 28 seconds back on the shot clock. 8 minutes to play.
Come this side. Come this side.
Harris will dribble left side. Kicks it back out to Lehman. Lehman over to Danita Adams. She'll drive baseline. Down low to Harris. Harris gives it up to Cromartie. Outside to Alton. She puts up three. No good. They're going to call 3 seconds in the lane. So Army will turn it over. 54-37 is the score. And Cinnamon Cava brings it up. Left side over to Zielinski. Charlene Zielinski drives across the lane, unable to put it up. She was a member of the 2016 All-Armed Forces team, was Zielinski. Harris back behind the key. Army will reset. Harris will drive the right side. Tries to get it over the corner to Lehman. Didn't work. She was looking for Lehman to drive baseline. And the errant pass goes out of bounds. Turnover Army. Cava brings it up. St. Cyr drives around Harris. Cromartie knocks it out of bounds. Air Force ball. Inside to Zielinski. She tries to put up a little 7-footer. It's no good. Jackson rebound, gives it back to Zielinski. This time she's good. 9 feet out. Count it, 54-39. Long pass down floor, fast break. Adams goes up for the shot, and she's fouled in the act. That foul is going to be on Santia Jackson. Jackson's now got 2 personal fouls as Adams sinks the first shot. 10 points in the game. Adams is 3 for 3 from the line. Coming to this game, she was 13 for 14. Now she's 4 for 4, sinks the second shot. So clearly Donita Adams, if you're Army, they'd like to have her on the free throw line. Little runner that time, up and off the back rim by Charlene Zielinski. Army gets it, kicks it out. That time to Harris, over to Alton. Down low to Donita Adams. And Adams catches a finger in the eye. An inadvertent finger up near the eye. And Taylor Alton taking a look at that. Looks like they called a tie-up on that. Not for sure. So it's jump ball. Possession arrow favor Army. Inbound to Alton. Gives it up to Harris. Harris will drive the lane. Little jumper near the free throw line. She cans it. 58-39. Sheila Harris. Showing that she can not only hit the 3, but she can stop and pop as well. Clark goes down to the floor. And she's fouled on the play. Fouled that time by Taylor Alton. Taylor Alton had quite a career for the Army. She started for 2 years at Michigan State, went to the NCAA Final Four. Right side, St. Cyr, it's up. No good. Rebound that time by Cromartie. Kicks it out to Harris. Harris will come to the right side. She'll make the drive, lays it up, it's no good. If there's anything you see sometimes, it's the fact that they're just plain and simply not going to stop and set things up. Instead, and Harris can be difficult on herself, but she may have a tendency to go coast to coast. But she hits the first shot. But she is a very, very fine player, is Jayla Harris. She was Miss Basketball in the state of Alabama. Hits the second shot, does Harris. Went to Bob Jones High School and is a quartermaster at Fort Stewart. Been in the Army for 2 years. 27 years of age is Jayla Harris. Left side now. St. Cyr drives the lane. She puts it up, no good. Lehman with the rebound. Kicks it out to Harris. Alton left side, behind the arc. She's got the shot, it's up, it's good. Now, that's how you play that shot. Get it out to Alton on the left side quickly. Give her the free shot and let her make it. 63-39. Into Clark. Out the corner to St. Cyr. She'll drive baseline. She puts up a soft jumper. It's good. 63-41. 22-point lead. There's Alton, other end. Right side this time. 3-point attempt. Rims in and out. Loose ball underneath. Clark comes away with it, and there's a foul on the play. Now, one of the things we've noticed as we've watched these teams play is the tremendous amount of respect that the player from one branch of service has for a player of another branch of service. Number one, they are brothers and sisters in arms, but number two, they have the deepest respect one for the other of what it takes to be a military athlete. So you just love to see that respect just coming to the forefront. Competition such as this. Over to the left side right now. That's Courtney Sanz. Sanz going to drive right. Gives off to Chelsea Johnson. Back out to Cava. She'll drive left side. Puts it out to Clark. Far corner, no good. And it goes off of Cromartie underneath the basket. So Air Force will retain the ball. 4:29 remaining in the third quarter. Allie Lehman comes out of the game. Tia Fellaroo in for the Army. There's Sanz out the top of the key. She'll drive, kicks it out to Johnson, right side. Johnson takes 2 steps. Back out to Cava, left side. She'll drive left, runs into 3 people. Has the ball stuffed, keeps it though, kicks it out to Santia Jackson, and Jackson hits the long jumper. 63-43. Good play that time by Cava, except she drove into 3 defenders. Jayla Harris, left side. Out to Donita Adams. Donita Adams over to Taylor Alton, who tried to find Fallaroo down low, but the pass was a little off the mark as it goes out of bounds. Turnover, Army. Air Force will come back the other way now. Cinnamon Cava with the ball. Left side over to Sanz. Back to Cava. She puts up a 3-pointer on the way. It's good. Count it. 63-45. Cava now with 13 points in this game. Left side, Jayla Harris. Little 12-footer. She'll make count. She'll make good on it. 65-45. Harris with 18 points. She leads the way for the Army right now. A little underneath the baskets reverse layup that time by Clark. Sinks it nicely. Here comes Harris back down the other side. Over to Fallaroo. Back out to Alton. Alton tied up by Sanz. Back to Fallaroo. And they're going to reset the whole thing. Out to Jayla Harris. Top of the key. Gives it off to Donita Adams. Donita Adams will drive the right side. Little runner lays it up off the glass. Off the rim. No good. Shot clock expired. Alton picks off the pass as Air Force tries to turn around. 3-point shot. That time by Jayla Harris. The other side. And it just lights it up. And I told Jayla Harris earlier today that if her eyeballs were lights, this whole place would be shining. Right side, Cavanaugh. Runs into Jackson, so she'll back it out again. Double teamed right now. Finds Clark down near the free throw line. Clark will dribble left. Good defense that time by Fallaroo. Army will turn it around, come back the other way. 68-58. There's Alton alone. Right side, 3-point attempt. It's up, no good. Sanz with the rebound. She'll come down the floor. She'll run it down the middle. And she'll take it all the way to the hoop. Up off the glass. No good, and she's fouled. So she will go to the line, that foul. That time on Jayla Harris. Jayla Harris, by the way, 5 for 9 behind the arc. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Then 21 points on the day. Courtney Sanz steps up, hits her first shot. And Sanz hits her second shot. Drive down the left side, kicks it out that time to Fallaroo. Fallaroo's shot from the free throw line, no good. Air Force comes away with it. Cinnamon Cava, she'll run the right side. Double team quickly, gives it up to Courtney Sanz. Sanz puts up an air ball. Clark is there though. She got it. She gets it, puts it right back up. 68-52. And Shabira Dago into the game for the Army, running the point. Dago takes it left side. She'll drive the lane, tries to dish it off down low. Dago's got an interesting story. Assigned to Fort Bragg, North Carolina as a human resources officer. Played at Chaminade University for a year and was All-Army in 2009 and 2010. You look down the roster and Daigle, the oldest member of the All-Army team, and also the smallest member at 5 foot even, and very possibly the quickest member as well, quick as a cat. And foul out front that time. Foul committed by Madge Ross of the Air Force, non-shooting foul. So Dago will bring it in from the far side. Dago, by the way, calls home Lafayette, Louisiana. Nice drive by Donita Adams, right side, lays it up, kisses the glass, and it drops through. She is fouled in the act. That foul is going to be on Charmaine Clark, number 21. Sends Adams to the line. And she's a sharpshooter. Sharpshooter on the line is Danita Adams. As Army calls timeout. So Army will take a timeout. They head over to the huddle to get their guidance from Michael Myers, head coach. He's assisted by Paul Parker. Army coming into this game today, they are 2-1. They beat the Air Force, they beat the Marine Corps, and they lost to the Navy in the first 3 days of this tournament. But this being a double round robin, they want to go into the second half, as does every team, and see if they can't come away 3-0, playing the other teams for the second time. So under a minute to go here in the third quarter of play, 51.7 seconds remaining, and a 19-point lead by Army. And Chelsea Johnson will bring it up the floor for Air Force. Gives it up to Courtney Sons. Sons going to dribble. Left elbow. Steal that time knocked away by Daigle. Taken by Adams. Knocked away that time by Ross. Adams will get it back. And a whistle on the play. And there's going to be a foul on Chelsea Johnson. And a lot of hustle, a lot of fight that time by Shamira Daigle, the 5-foot guard from Lafayette, Louisiana, and the oldest member of this Army team. So into the game for the Army right now comes Kiera White. Head coach Mike Myers calls White the most coachable player that he has had in 21 years of coaching, which is quite a compliment as Adams sinks the next shot from the free throw line. She's 7 for 7, 17 points today. And now the game comes April Cromartie now. Right side to Madge Ross. Down to Clark. She's tied up, 2-on-1. And the whistle blows, foul with the play. That foul is going to go against Tierra Fallaroo. Non-shooting foul. Air Force will inbound the ball. Ross gets it into Clark, dishes out to Jackson. And Jackson quickly fouled that time by Kiera White. White from Bakersfield, California. Went to Bakersfield High School and then played at Fresno Pacific University for 4 years. She's a transportation management coordinator assigned to Fort Carson, Colorado, out in Colorado Springs. Puts up the first shot, does Jackson, who went to Latin School of Chicago. She is a fusion analyst in intelligence with the Air Force. Puts it up, sinks the second shot. And also, by the way, even though she played 4 years at Georgetown, she's the oldest member of the Air Force team. And whistle before the shot. And that foul is going to be on Madge Ross. And that's going to send to the line Kiana D'Oliveira. D'Oliveira hits the first shot. Prior to this game, she was a 33% free throw shooter, and she hits 1 out of 2. But there's the quick putback at the buzzer on the missed free throw attempt. Good putback by Fowleroo as the buzzer sounds to end the third quarter. And Army takes a 76-53 lead over Air Force with 1 quarter to play. Army doing a good job hustling up and down the floor. They've got 26 points in the paint compared to 12 for the Air Force. 15 points, second chance points for Army compared to 5 for the Air Force. And here's a big difference. You talk about depth, 20 points off the bench for the Army team and only 1 point off the bench today for the Air Force. Huge difference maker right there. Total rebounds today for the Army, telling stat as well. 37 rebounds for Army, black and gold, 22 rebounds so far through 3 quarters of play for the Air Force. And at the line, can't ask for much more than what the Army's giving you. 15 for 16 at the line, and 7 for 7 is Donita Adams. So you just kind of lead by example. What'd you say? So third quarter ready to get underway. Here at the 2019 Armed Forces Men's and Women's Basketball Championships coming up after this. Army versus Air Force once again. It'll be the men's game. Van Stokes along with Steve Denote, glad you're with us wherever you are around the world for this year's edition of the Armed Forces Classic. 76-53, fourth quarter underway here. Army 23-point lead right now. They will seek to stretch that if they can. Pass stolen that time. Little turnover. Dega will take it down the other end of the floor, and she is fouled. Knocked down to the floor by Johnson. But Daigle taking the loose ball near center court, fouled as she tried to convert at the other end, puts up a free throw shot. It is no good. And Daigle right now 0 for 3 in this tournament from the free throw line. Make that 0 for 4. She misses the second shot. Fight for the ball underneath, and there's a tie-up jump ball. Possession arrow, Army. Comes in, right side to Anderson. Dribbles along the baseline. Dumps off that time to Fowleroo. Fowleroo puts it up. And Fowleroo's got 6 points in this game. Johnson will dribble down the left side. A little soft jumper. Rebound Jackson. Kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Daigle. And Daigle fouls her.
Don't put your hands on it. Keep moving your feet. You good, Samara, you good.
Non-shooting foul. So inbounds on the left side by Tatum, out to Cava. Cava stripped of the ball. Goes ahead nicely. Finish on the layup that time is Kiara White. But credit to Oliveira that time by picking up the loose ball and moving it down the court.
Chaos, let's go.
Kick out now to Johnson. She'll drive the lane, tries to get to Jackson. Down along the baseline. Jackson will pull up jumper, 9-footer, no good, off the rim. Off on the left side, taken by Anderson. Anderson brings it down. Off to Fowleroo. Fowleroo tries to get it back to D'Oliveira, and D'Oliveira is pushed. Actually out of bounds it goes. So it's going to be Army ball. Kiara White will bring it back in. Into Daigle. And Daigle's on the board. Nice job by Anderson getting it over to Daigle. Daigle scores 82-53. Chelsea Johnson right side. Back out to Cinnamon Cava. 3-point shot. It's up off the front rim. No good. D'Oliveira with the rebound. Army will run the other way. D'Oliveira, coast to coast, rebound up, off the glass, no good. Jackson ripping it away from Falaru. Gets the rebound. Right side to Jackson. Tries to go down low to Clark. Spin move by Clark. Up, no good. Foul on the play.
She traveled and then she lowered her shoulder.
Foul's going to be that time on Falaru. That's her third personal foul. She's got 3 personal fouls, as does her teammate Jayla Harris and D'Oliveira. Clark at the line. Makes good on the free throw, first free throw. And Clark's good on the second free throw. Charmaine Clark was captain of the University of Miami basketball team. She's a logistics readiness officer from Robbins Air Force Base. And turnover Army. Walking with the basketball. He'll come back down the other way.
Hands up, White, hands up! Chaos! Chaos!
Johnson skips it all the way, left side. Tatum, soft jumper, no good. D'Oliveira rips it away, comes up the other side. She'll go coast to coast, lays it up. It's no good, off the glass. Rebound that time by Clark, kicks it out to Cava. Cava will run it back the other way. Cava on the layup. It's up, it's no good, and she is fouled. Rip it and run. That seems to be the name of the game right now in an 82-55 contest. You don't want to take the flow away, but at the same time, you like to see them slow things down and settle down and set things up. No need at this point in time to run up and down. 82-56, 7:09 remaining in this ball game. And Cava's shot, it's up. It's good, she makes them both. Anderson brings it up for the Army, drives into the lane, penetrates, kicks it back out that time. 3-point shot up, no good by White. Cava comes away with it underneath the board. She'll run right side, across the lane. Tries to put it up, knocked away, comes out to Clark, top of the key. Left side to Cava now. She's looking at a 3-pointer. Down low, Clark in the paint, she'll put it up, it's no good. A rebound, D'Oliveira. D'Oliveira just comes right across and cleans everything up. There's Daigle down the far end. Tried to get the bounce pass over to Falaru. Collision on the floor, no whistle. Oh, there is, no whistle, it's out of bounds. Army will maintain possession. Pass over to the right side, D'Oliveira, she'll drive the lane, and she's fouled by Jackson. Jackson picks up her third personal foul. And to the line goes Kiana D'Oliveira.
There is no 50. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, ref. There's no 50. 34.
Yeah, the foul was on 34. D'Oliveira's shot is good. So 83-57. 3-point shot by Cava, right corner, it's good. Cava likes to shoot the 3 as well. Here comes Army back down the other side. Shot attempt by White on the layup, no good. She's fouled in the act. That's going to be against Santia Jackson again. And that's going to be her 4th personal foul. So Jackson has 4 fouls. As the shot by Kiara White is good. You talk about these players, talked about Santia Jackson, 4-year player at Georgetown University. Talked about Charmaine Clark of the Air Force, captain of the University of Miami team. And St. Cyr, 2016 All Armed Forces team member. Talent abounds. Turnover, Air Force, stolen pass that time. Down the floor, losing her balance, quickly goes White. She'll go out of bounds. Just got a little bit ahead of herself. And Jackson smiling as she comes back down the other way. She'll come out of the game. And as White, it got away from White. Air Force will inbound the ball. They'll come back down to our left, out to Tatum, high on the left side. Tries to go down low to Clark. She'll does so. Clark spins across the lane, lays it up, right hand. It's good. 85-62. D'Oliveira now on the right side, challenged by Cava. Alexis Charles into the game. There's Daigle right side. She puts up a three-pointer, no good. Clark comes away with it. Nice save that time by Tatum. Clark goes the distance back down the other side. She loses it. Johnson takes it. She tries to go down low, and Johnson throws it out of bounds. Or not quite. It's saved, and Army comes away with it. Three-point attempt that time by Kiara White. No good. Rebound Army. Left side. Again, a three-point shot by Quishia Anderson. It's no good. Front rim. Chelsea Johnson will bring it down. She'll lose it. It goes into the hands of White. Back down. Army side. Down low to White. She missed the short shot. And a tie-up underneath the basket. Tie-up that time with Charles. And possession arrow in favor of Air Force. We talked about Alexis Charles, the Air Force, stationed at Scott Air Force Base. She's a public health technician. Went to Westgate High School. Been in the military for 3 years. She comes from New Iberia in Louisiana. New Iberia in Louisiana. And Daigle called for the foul. So Air Force will inbound the ball. Kicks it in to Charlene Zielinski. Tatum, jump shot just inside the circle. Nice rebound by Charles. She'll try to put it up. No good. Fight for the basketball. And D'Oliveira comes away with it. D'Oliveira will bring it up the floor. Down low. She finds White. White tries to go up. She's stuffed along the baseline. Ball goes out of bounds. Credit Charles that time. And White brings it in. D'Oliveira will take it. She'll drive the left side. Little right-handed stab hook, and it's up and good. D'Oliveira knocked down to the floor on the shot. As Hannah Tatum charged with the foul. Hannah Tatum played at Southeastern Community College and also played at Oklahoma Panhandle State. In and out by D'Oliveira. And Tatum taking the rebound. Down the floor to St. Cyr. St. Cyr, left side, goes up. And she's fouled in the act. So St. Cyr will go to the line. Jessica St. Cyr, 5'9" guard. Stationed at the Air Force Academy. She's a physical therapist. Went to Broadmoor High School. And was a member of the 2016 All Armed Forces team. She also went to Baton Rouge Community College.
Box out, who's got shooter?
Calls home New Orleans, Louisiana. Second shot. Rattles around. No good. 1 for 2 that time with St. Cyr. Right side, D'Oliveira, a little spin move in the lane. It's up, it's good. Stayed under control that time. Right side now, Cava, double team. Shot underneath by Charles. fight for the rebound. Zielinski on the play. Tatum on the play. And they go down to the floor. Don't know if they called a jump ball or what they called on that. Got Delavere on the last shot, 1-5. As Army calls a timeout. They'll head over to the bench with 3:19 to play, 89-62 the score here. Army out in front of the Air Force by 17. Game one, first game of the day, to be followed by Army Air Force men's basketball. 20 minutes at the conclusion of this game right here. So Coach Michael Myers gives his team their charge for the final 3:19 of this game. And Army having been in control throughout. They've controlled the paint, they've controlled the basket. And with Jayla Harris on the outside, hitting 5 3-pointers, they have also controlled the arc.
Go, 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 go. Just beat that
Here comes Kiara White. Dribbles to the right side. Gets caught in traffic. Puts it up, 9-footer, no good. Rebound put back by Smith, no good. Ball goes over to Air Force. St. Sierra down the right side. Sierra spins near the key, and she's fouled. Spinning away to the right side near the free throw line. Fouled that time by Quisha Anderson. Will send St. Sierra to the line. Quisha Anderson, who committed the foul, is a combat medic stationed in Vicenza, Italy. Second shot by St. Sierra, it's good. And she's got 6 points in the game. 2 for 4 from the line is St. Sierra. So down the right side comes our combat medic, Quisha Anderson. Try to go down low, knocked away. Delavere comes up with it. Little spin hook. Nicely done by Kiana Delavera. Here comes Cava back down the right side. No good. Knocked away. Daigle comes up with it. And the ball's knocked out of bounds, far side Air Force. So Quisha Anderson will bring it in. Gives it up to Daigle. Daigle will cross the timeline. 2:25 remaining in this game. Kiara White drives the left side. Kiara White tries to dish it off that time to Quisha Anderson. And the ball goes out of bounds. So Charlene Zielinski will roll it back in. Cava picks it up, and she crosses the timeline. 2:10 remaining, 91-64 is the score. Turnover that time. Delavera gets it ahead to Vagel, but a foul near the center of the floor. Delavera goes down. And that foul's going to be on number 32. That's going to be on Cinnamon Cava. 32 was who the foul was on. So April Camardi getting set to come back into the game. Blood on her previous jersey, so she's changed her jersey number, and she's going to come back into this game with 14. To the line, Kiana Delavera. Delavera's shot is up. No good. Made her first shot, missed her second one. (92-64), whistle on the play. And just as quickly as she goes into the game, April Camardi called for the foul. That will send St. Sierra to the line. 2 minutes exactly remaining in this ball game. Delavere comes out, catches her breath, gets a high five from her coaches. And what a difference maker she's been. 9.7 rebounds, but she has literally cleaned things up in the paint and started the fast break coming back down the other side multiple times. So Army comes down the floor. Dribble on the left side, met by Zielinski. Good attempt that time by Quisha Anderson, but is fouled by Zielinski. Charlene Zielinski picks up her second foul. As Akeisha Anderson sinks her first shot and gets her first point in this ballgame. And she hits her second free throw. 94-65. Cava down the floor. Gives it up to Tatum. Free throw line. Kicks it back out to Zielinski. Three-point attempt. No good. Fight for the ball. It's loose on the floor. Still loose. Daigle. In the tie-up. And it's going to be jump ball. Possession arrow Army. Credit Shamira Daigle for the hustle out on the floor. Army ball, 1:32 remaining. 94-65 is the score. Army can't get the ball in. St. Cyr takes over. St. Cyr loses it, but it goes out of bounds after it goes off of Daigle. And so it's Air Force ball. Cava over in the right corner. Looks to Sierra, kicks it back out front to Zielinski in the front. Zielinski, three-point shot, it's up, no good. Catches the rim and then goes out of bounds, untouched. Army ball, 1:13 remaining in this game, 94-65. 29-point lead by Army. Right side by Akeisha Anderson. She'll drive over to the center. Kicks it out, far left side to Radiance Felton. She's got a three-point shot, it's good. So Radiance Felton on the far side hits her first three-pointer of the day. She's 1 for 4 behind the arc. Zielinski kicks it into Clark. Clark spin move, tries to go up, no good. Guarded nicely by Smith that time. Zielinski gets the loose, Tatum gets the loose ball, and Tatum puts it up. It's good. 97-67. Left side, Anderson. Down to Daigle in the corner. Daigle matched up by St. Cyr, drive baseline, bounces it off of her foot. So 28.3 seconds remaining. Cava will bring it up the floor at 30-point difference, 97-67 Army. Army averaging 86 points a game. Their average will come up after this, no doubt about it. Air Force averaging 62 points a game. They're 5 points above their average right now. Cava still guarded by Daigle.
Okay, back up.
Shot clock's off. Into Clark. Clark will drive towards the basket, and it's no good as time expires. And the United States Army has defeated the Air Force 97-67. Your final score today, United States Army 97, United States Air Force 67. Top score today for the Army, that's going to go to Jayla Harris, who is 5 for 9 behind the arc, 2 for 2 from the line. Harris finishes with 21 points today. 17 points by Donita Adams. 7 for 7 was Adams from the free throw line. Leading rebounders today, Kiana D'Oliveira for the Army with 7. April Cromartie, 7 rebounds on the day for Army as well. Leading scorer for the Air Force today, that's going to be Charmaine Clark, 19.6 rebounds for Clark, 18 points on the day for Cinnamon Cava. And 12 points on the day for Santia Jackson, 12 points, 7 rebounds for Jackson. Once again, your final score, Army 97, Air Force 67. Coming up, the men's game, Army versus Air Force, in approximately 20 minutes.